What's going on, everybody? Welcome to 2025. I hope you all had an awesome new year and holidays. I know we did here. So today we're going to finally wrap up, I think it's part 5 of my mix breakdown, going through the Bogren contest that I did like 6 months ago, but I started it and I was determined to finish it. So without wasting a whole bunch of time, we're going to hop into Logic and we're going to get rocking on guitars and bass. All right, let's head into Logic. All right, so here we are back in the session that you've been seeing. So obviously it's been about 6 months since I did this, so we're going to relearn together in a way. So what I noticed when I opened up the session before I started recording this was I didn't keep any of the DIs, which is unusual for me. I will normally keep my DIs, but I did not. This one was processed with, yes, I know plugins load as needed. I was going to do the angry spinny thing at me. No, that's bass knob. So, either way, it was the Trivium bass knob. They got printed. The only thing here is an instance of Slate's VMR, and I'm using the trimmer to kind of gain stage it, kind of like I've done in all the other things. So let's solo this. So you can see, again, with this trimmer, I know that if I'm between 0 and +1 floating generally in that area, that my gain staging is probably spot on. This gets sent here to bus 4. Bus 4 is our main bass bus here, where we are doing all of our processing. Let's see. All right, so we've got our 4KE. Here, looks like we've got a low pass at about 6 kilohertz here. We've got a high pass at 45 hertz, boosting almost 4 decibels at 8K, cutting 1.6 at 1.66, cutting 3.2 at about 690, and then cutting to about 2 dB at, well, 87.5-ish. So let's turn these other things off and check it out with the SSL on and off. We are, if you notice over here, doing about 3 dBs of compression. Typically, when I'll use an SSL console strip for compression, again, the threshold will be maxed out. The release will typically be as fast as it can go, and then I'll ride the ratio up. Here on bass, I'll leave the release sometimes about halfway to really dig in and control it. And then we're pulling the output down 2 decibels. Okay. Now we have an instance of Pro Q3. We're just cutting some mud. Just tightening up some low end and some mid range. Let me solo these so you can hear what I was listening to. A little muddy. Some mid-range, and some bite that was getting a little out of control. Next, I've got a limiter. And normally between 3 and 4 dB is where I'll keep my limiter so that it doesn't completely destroy the low end. And then we have Freak Sniper. This is a plugin if you're a member of Nail the Mix or URM Academy. This is one of the plugins that they give us for free, and it's a freaking awesome plugin. It's similar to Soothe. It's not quite as colored, if colored at all. It's pretty transparent, but it's pretty neat at finding frequencies. It actually doesn't even look like maybe it was just in the chain. I didn't use it. No, I did. I just had to max that threshold out to get anything. So just some of those grindy frequencies that were maybe getting a little out of control. And then we brought it down 4 dB on the fader. And that goes to the instrument bus here. Again, we just got a Freak Sniper here. Excuse me, taming any ridiculous frequencies that come out. So that's bass. Guitars are a bit more in depth. Okay, so when we're looking at rhythm guitars, this was, it's triple quad, like it's quad tracked, but I don't think that I legitimately quad tracked it. I think I cheated, and I did a left and a right, and then ran the left and the right through another amp sim. Don't think it's true triple quad, but whatever, you know, we're here. Let's see. So these two are going to bus 5. Bus 5 is our rhythm guitar, and then our, all right, so all these are going to bus 5. So let me play the Trivium amp knob. This is the rhythm amp knob by itself. It looks like we have a trimmer. We're pulling back 5 dB. This thing is so sensitive. Like, if you look at it wrong, it's moving stuff. It's ridiculous. And SSL channel strip, it looks like this is... Did my light just flicker? That's odd. Huh. Oh, well. SSL channel strip, there's nothing going on, so it's just being used for saturation. Yeah, we didn't even put anything back. So it's just being used for the coloration from the channel strip. And then I imagine, yeah. All right, so on the right side, we've got the same thing going on. All right, left and right. So here's these two together. So I find that this amp knob is a bit muddy, which is why I typically like to pair it with something that is a little more defined, so that you have the thickness that you get from it, but then you bring something in a little bit up under it, and it gives you some more of the definition. So what I used for that in this case was the Bogren BDH3 amp knob. Again, we're starting with our VMR. We're pulling back 5 dB for our gain staging, and we got SSL channel strips, and again, nothing going on. They're there for saturation. So let's check these out. So you get a little more definition. Now, if we combine them, well, actually, let me do it this way. Let's just click all the buttons. All right. I can hear some phasey stuff that, like, here I am 6 months later, like, I probably would have put some, like, auto align on that or something. But I digress. All right, so in processing our rhythm guitars, the first thing I do is the little Andy Sneap low end trick, right? I don't have Wave C4. It would have been much cheaper, but I got Pro MB. The only thing I will say about Pro MB, if you're using it in this particular manner, right? This right here, where you have your linear phase, dynamic, and minimum, to my ears, it's just my ears, dynamic phase is really audible, and it feels like it adds just gunk and mud that I don't like. So I always switch it to minimum phase. So let me turn everything else off that's on this rhythm guitar bus, and let's check this out, on and off. And off. Let me switch it between minimum and dynamic phase and see if you can hear what I'm hearing. Obviously, I've not read deep enough into it to know what the actual difference is because I'm a grunt. And so, yeah, but I like minimum phase to my ears for that purpose in particular. Next up is our SSL 4K channel strip again. Looks like I'm cutting the top end at 14.4, about 70. We're cutting the low end, boosting 2.5, 3 dB at around 11. We're cutting some 1.2, nothing. I think that just went up for some. That's sensitive too. If you look at that knob right there, it just goes places. I don't know why. And it looks like we're doing a little bit of compression here. So let's check this out, on and off. It's a pretty big difference. That's money. All right, now we're cutting some gunk, right? This is that like hair dryer whistly frequency, and then Joey Sturgis's most hated frequency, the 4K Demon. So let's play it with it on and off, and then I'll solo those for you. That shit right there. Atrocious, right? That is a horrible whistle. If you find that your guitars are like maybe like they're still too bad after 4K, a couple other spots you can check out, right, is around 6K. Hear that garbage? So if I were to pull that out, let's do that. That's so bad. I was mixing this fast. I should have maybe pulled that out instead of the 4K. Holy crap. Another one, if it gets bad, a couple more. 3.2 can sometimes, depending on what microphone, be some hot garbage. Let's see. My camera's doing weird stuff. Yeah, right there. Yeah, get off. You're doing too much, ProQ. All right, let's check this one out on and off. But is it neutering it too much? Let's see. All right, that might be too much. Maybe if we do, because we're just annihilating these frequencies. Maybe if we do like there. See, you can go too far. Like, instead of doing like 10 dB, maybe do like 5. But I, again, digress. The other one that I can sometimes ends up bad is around 2.5 for me. There it is. Most of the time for me, I feel I can get away with these two and normally be all right. But anyways, to negate you from, what do we want to call these? Finding these whistly frequencies and chasing them all day long and notching them out. In comes the, as Urban Hamidovic would say, the ubiquitous Freak Sniper. Again, cool plugin if you're not a member of Nail the Mixer URM. What are you doing with your life? Yeah, so that's lovely. So that's our rhythm guitars, right? Boom, dunzo. All right, let's check out our lead guitars. Let me see how many leads I've got. Okay, so just 3. That's not bad. 3's not bad. All right. All right, this comes in at 34. Cool. Cool story, bro. Okay. We had to trim a negligible 1 decibel off of this. This was me being anal and retarded. Let's see, we're cutting the low end at 70. I probably could have went higher. We're boosting some 8K, 2.5 dB. We're cutting about 2.5 from 2.3, cutting almost 2 dB from around 300. That's doing nothing and no compression. So it looks like I processed these somewhat individually. So let's check out this first one. Here we go. I really like the filters on this, like the low and high pass filters, and that boost at 8K on that 4K just does something. It's magical. All right, again, we're gonna rock with Freak Sniper to save ourselves time and brain capacity. All right, so just tightens that up a bit. Our next lead, okay, so we did, knowing me, it's probably a minor third harmony because I'm still stuck in the early 2000s and I just do minor third harmonies for everything, which is fine. All right, so on our VMR here, pulling back 2 dB. SSL, it's looking fairly similar here. So we're cutting everything below 122, boosting the 8K, cutting from 2.2. Looks like I did tighten the Q there, cutting another 2.5 from around 800. We didn't reduce any gain. Looks like we're doing a bit of compression here. So let's check this one out. Should mention this is the Trivium lead knob, obviously, right? So there's that, my pitiful attempt at doing lead guitar. Let's see, I've got a bit of 24. All right, so I added some quarter delay to the lead because more is more. I don't know. Anyways, I added more quarter note delay. More is more. Cool story, bro. I was also doing a little bit of compression there, so let me pull that back up and show you. Compression a little bit. Just where that 3 light's barely coming on. And then, no, it's a surprise, right? Freak Sniper. So again, just pulling out some frequencies so we can save some brain space for ourselves. This is going to be our harmony. I imagine it's going to look very similar. Yep, pulling back 2 dB. Go to our channel strip. All right, it's a little lower. You guys are seeing a general pattern here, right? All right, so normally you boost some top end, cut some mud, and then if you need it, you boost the low end, right? It's typically how you're going to see SSL moves go. Boost, cut, boost. At least in my experience. And looks like I do have a bit of compression going on, so let's check this out. Yeah, I feel like I could have pushed that 8K a bit harder, to be honest. Also, maybe if somebody watches this one day, they will roast the dog shit out of my fucking terrible lead plating. Playing. I can't plate worth a shit either because I'm a grunt, but whatever. And then Freak Sniper, again, because I'm lazy. And you know what? After the Freak Sniper, I feel like even more so it needs that 8K boost, like really pushing it up. But then these two together. All right, cool. I will typically take my harmonies and pan them about 30% to the left. And In Logic, it's not by percentage. It's like if you go all the way to the left, it's 64. You go all the way to the right, it's 63. I don't know, bro. But in my head, 20% or negative 20 is about 30%. So that's where we are. So the lead guitar bus also has some processing on it, maybe. Nope, this is just a 4K channel strip for the hell of it. Looks like there was some more 3.2-ish that needed to come out, and which, if we solo this, because the chords are going on too, so. Yeah, that's some pretty raunchy buildup, not gonna lie. And then Freak Sniper to Save Our Lives. Again, now that we have all three of these guitars in, even though we did some of the Freak Sniper earlier, you got to think you're stacking guitars on guitars on guitars, so you're still going to probably have some buildup. So that's where I, in my infinite laziness, threw on Freak Sniper again. I feel like I was very close to like missing a deadline for this, which is why I mixed it so incredibly fast and just threw stuff. Anyways, let's check this out. Yeah, I think that does a good bit to clean it up. Again, all of these are being sent to the instrument bus, where got another instance of Freak Sniper looking for overbearing frequencies across all of the instruments. And it's not set very high, so it's just tickling the frequency spectrum a bit, making sure that nothing gets outrageously overbearing. But we're done. Thank goodness I finally got through all of these videos. Let's get out of Logic. Let's go. All right. If you guys have followed this series, I really appreciate it. Didn't want to make one video that was 2 to 3 hours long. One, I don't want to sit here that long, and two, even watching me do this for 20 to 30 minutes for most people is probably mind-numbing, and I apologize for that profusely. But if you do watch the content, if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Comment. I don't care if you tell me, how terrible it is. Leave a comment if you like it. Give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more subpar music and mixing, consider giving us a subscription. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you watching. Again, I hope you had a happy holidays, great Christmas, great New Year's, and wish you guys all the best moving forward. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.